Mirrors are fascinating objects and they come in plane and curved shapes. Do you know that the James Webb telescope is built with 21 mirrors in total? And that the primary mirror is 6.5 meters long? Mirror and telescope have a long history. Curved mirror has been used in telescopes since 1668 when Sir Isaac Newton first used them in a telescope. And we are going to study curved mirror in this lesson. Hello, I am Shushmita, here to explain spherical mirrors and how they reflect light from the light reflection and refraction chapter. After finishing this lesson, you will understand how spherical mirrors reflect light. This will help you better understand things you see every day. Learning outcome. Spherical mirrors, concave mirrors and convex mirrors. Principal axis, focal length and mathematical relations. Image formation in concave mirrors. Uses of concave mirrors. Keywords: spherical mirrors, concave mirrors, convex mirrors, principal axis, focal length, image formation by reflection, practical application. Before starting the lesson, let's look at this concept map. Spherical shapes are one of the most common shapes found in nature. Suppose we have a hollow sphere-shaped mirror. What happens if we cut a portion of it? This is where the magic of geometry begins. Based on the curvature of the reflecting surface, we get two kinds of mirrors. Convex mirrors. The reflective surface curves outwards like the outer surface of a sphere. Concave mirrors. The reflective surface curves inwards like the inner surface of the sphere. Please remember that curved mirror also follows the laws of reflection. Let's first understand the terms related to curved mirrors. Aperture is the width of the mirror. It is the part of the mirror that reflects light. Pole. P is the center of the mirror. It is the point where the principal axis crosses the mirror. Center of curvature. C is the center of the sphere that the mirror is a part of. It is the same distance away from the pole as the pole is from the mirror surface. Principal axis is an imaginary line that goes through the pole and the center of curvature of the mirror. It is the path that light rays travel before and after they are reflected by the mirror. Radius of curvature R is the distance between the pole and the center of curvature of the mirror. It is the same as the radius of the sphere that the mirror is a part of. Since curved mirrors either converge or diverge the parallel incident rays, we will find a new defining term, focal length. The convergence or divergence of incident light rays can only be understood if the incident rays are parallel to the principal axis of the mirrors. Let's first take on convex mirror. Here, the reflective side of the mirror is outside. As shown in the ray diagrams, a convex mirror diverges the incident parallel rays. So, if we extend the light rays to the inside of the mirror, it would appear that light rays are coming from one point and then diverging. F is the point where all light rays seems to converge. So, F is the principal focus of the convex mirror. The focal length F is the distance between F and the pole. As the reflected rays do not actually pass through the focal point, therefore, convex mirrors have virtual focus and the focal point is behind the mirror. Concave mirrors converge the incident parallel light rays as the reflect side is inside of the mirror. The rays converge on a point on the principal axis of the mirror as shown in the ray diagram. So, the principal focus point is in a front of the mirror. And as the reflected rays pass through the mirror, the reflected image is real. The focal length is the distance between the focus point and the pole. For a spherical mirror having a small aperture, the mathematical relation between focal length f and radius of curvature r is f is equal to r by 2. As you can see from this equation, focal length only depends on the curvature of the radius. So, we can label each concave mirror and convex mirror with its focal length. For example, let's suppose that the radius of curvature of a spherical mirror is 30 cm. Then its focal length will be is equal 30 by 2 cm or 15 cm. Similarly, we can calculate R if f is given. Problem: calculate the radius of aperture of a concave mirror with a focal length of 1 meter. Now, we are going to use ray diagrams to see how the reflected image is formed in concave mirrors. Before that, we are going to simplify the rules of ray diagrams. A parallel incident ray to the principal axis passes through the focal point after reflection. An incident ray passing through the center of curvature is reflected back along the same path. An incident ray passing through the focus becomes parallel after reflection. Please remember again that the second law of reflection is always true. Unlike plane mirrors, curved mirrors create different reflected image based on the position of the object. We are going to consider all the possible positions. At infinity, beyond curvature C, at the point curvature C, between curvature and focus C and F, at focus point F, between pole and focus P and F. Since parallel rays coming from the object converge at the principal focus F of a concave mirror, after reflection, the image will form at F. Properties of the image: point size, highly sunk, real and inverted. When the object is positioned beyond the center of curvature, the image is created between the center of curvature C and focus F. Properties of the image: small compared to the object, real and inverted. When the object is located at the center of curvature C, a real and inverted image is created at a similar position. Properties of the image: same size, real and inverted. When the object is to be found between the center of curvature and the principal focus, a real image is created beyond the center of curvature C. Properties of the image: larger in size, real and inverted. When the point is located at the principal focus F, a highly inflated image is created at infinity. Properties of the image: highly enlarged, real and inverted. When the point is located between principal focus and pole, a bigger, virtual and erect image is created behind the mirror. Properties of the image: much bigger in size, virtual, not inverted. Concave mirrors are used in vehicle lights, torch lights and searchlights to get powerful beams of parallel lights. It is also used by dentists to see large images of the teeth of the patients. Concave dishes are used in TV dish antennas to better receive signals. Large concave mirrors are used to concentrate solar energy for heating purposes. Concave mirrors are used in telescopes to collect light from distant objects. Concave mirrors are also used as makeup mirrors because they can produce a magnified image of the face. Points to remember: spherical mirror is a part of holosphere. There are two types of spherical mirrors: concave mirrors and convex mirrors. They are defined by curvature. Concave mirror converts the incident parallel light rays. Convex mirror diverts the incident parallel light rays. The focal length of a concave and convex mirror is half of the curvature of radius. Concave mirror produces real and inverted aspect in one case. The size of the reflected image of a concave mirror depends on the position of the object.